I ran across this story about this brother named Daniel Beasley that apparently has sued Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles for 1.6 million. Now, for you guys that are not from LA or never even been to California or et cetera, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles is a black owned business. The first one was created, I believe, on Pico. You guys are not familiar with that. Pico is like kind of almost right by Crenshaw, and they franchised it out. It became real popular. A lot of celebrities go there. Me personally, I don't really mess with Roscoe because, to be honest with you, I taste better chicken. But that's my personal opinion. But I remember I went in there, and it was a couple of years ago, and I think I saw Trina, the rapper Trina, and that's when I found out her ass really wasn't as big as she proclaims it is. But I digress. That's a whole nother topic. But a lot of celebrities go there. President Obama was there a couple of years ago, and it attracts a lot of attention. Over the years, they franchise it out. You got one in Long Beach, there's one in Hollywood. I think they even got Roscoe's in different states now. So it's a well-known franchise. But what was so ironic about it is the brother Daniel Beasley, he's a black man, and he sued Roscoe's because he sued him for discrimination and a wrongful termination. And what he claimed is that he would go to work, a lot of these businesses out here, let's keep it real. I don't know how it is in other states, but out here in California, a lot of Hispanics, their population is growing every day. So they're taking a lot of jobs. It's making it even rougher for blacks to even break into these different corporations or, these joints like Target or Walmart or, just a regular little, 9 to 5 job. It's become harder for blacks because of the population of Hispanics, and a lot of them are taking a lot of jobs out here. A lot of them are illegal, and getting paid under the table. But again, that's another story. But he basically said that the owners gave a lot of Hispanics or the Hispanic manager and those who actually ran that particular location a lot of authority. And they were, messing up his hours and, treating them bad and, showing certain favoritism towards Hispanic workers. And we all know y'all didn't have a regular 9 to 5 job or whatever, don't have another side hustle. If you're not getting your correct hours or you're not pulling in that 40 hours a week that you need to, take care of yourself, guess what? You're going to be asked out because you can't pay your bills. If you're not making that much, you're probably already living paycheck to paycheck. So it causes a real big problem when you're supposed to be doing 40 hours a week and all of a sudden you're getting 22, or they're only having you come in for 14 hours and they're monkeying around with your schedule. But then you see other people that you're working just as hard as, or people who are not working as hard as you, but they're getting 40 hours, 48 hours, overtime. It becomes to be frustrating. I've been on jobs like that, where I remember I had a factory job one time, and I would see a lot of Hispanics get favoritism for as far as the hours. I'm sitting back, I'm looking at my schedule. I got 32 hours. Other people are getting overtime, or my schedule says I only got 8 hours this week, But other people who don't even work as hard as me were getting 40 hours, 48 hours, sometimes even 50 some hours. Same skills, same qualifications, but we're getting favoritism. So I feel for this brother. I know exactly where he's coming from, but it's just ironic that this is a black owned business, and here it is. You got this brother working for a black owned business, but he's getting kicked in the ass. And it goes to show, when you own a business, there's work that goes into it. I have family members, like if you guys friends with me on Facebook, I have an uncle that owns a business in the city of Inglewood. And there's a lot of work that goes into it. You have to watch your budgets. You have to make sure the marketing is on point. You have to make sure that there's no favoritism going on. You can't just sit back and say, "Well, I'm grossing this amount of money every year. I'm making this type of profit, so I'm gonna sit on my ass and not look at the books or not actually go to the locations and sit down with some of the employees. Ask, what can we do to improve this company? What can we do to make things better? Are you being treated right? Do you feel like there's certain discrepancies that you have? These are things that you have to discuss with your employees because nobody can really tell you a lot of the ins and outs of things, especially if you have a franchise business, more than the employees because they're there every day in and day out. So they can tell you a lot of things that you probably don't know if you're not particularly working within that store, that location, or that restaurant. So, it's a lot of work that goes into it. And, considering Roscoe's being a black owned business, it's sad that, here we have it, out of all people, a brother had to file a lawsuit against them for 1.6 million because of discrimination at a black owned business. And I was reading an article on it, and I'll leave the article in the description box if you guys want to read up on it. But his brother became homeless after this because obviously, like I said, if you're not generating enough money to pay your bills, you're gonna be asked out. And jobs out here are serious. It's tough for everybody, and that's why a lot of people who say, "Oh, I want to move to L.A. or California or whatever," you better think about it. You better make some tough decisions because the cost of living out here in L.A. is extremely high. Rents are high. Mortgages are high, and a lot of times with the houses out here, they're bunched together. You don't really get a lot of land, so you really have to think about your choices and your decisions and make sure you have things set up and lined up when you think about moving to big cities like New York or California, something like that, because you would easily become homeless if you were not prepared. But Roscoe, you guys got to get your shit together. You guys got the big name, your black owned business. And to be honest with you, I've been in several locations. They need more blacks working in these places. I'm not against, discriminating against other ethnicities and nationalities or whatever. But at the same time, let's take care of our own. We already have a hard time out here finding employment. Let's help out our own because everybody else, they help out their own. Everybody has their own community of entrepreneurship, whether it's East LA, out here in LA, where you have a predominantly of Hispanic businesses going on, whether you have the Jewish community, they own the whole goddamn entertainment field. Everybody's got their own lane except black folks. So I think it's time that we start to become a little bit more selfish and protect our intellectual property and our business. Let's get more involved. Let's take care of our people. Now, I'm not saying that you should just X out everybody that is not black, but I'm saying let's give our people a chance first. We need to do that. We need to pull each other up first before we go and we start helping out everybody else. Because it's a goddamn shame this brother had to lose his job, had to become homeless, sue these people at a black owned business. So it's sad. I hope this brother uses money wisely. Today's time, it's a good little piece of money, but today's time, 1.6 million can go very quickly. So I hope this brother, really thinks and invests his money in the right places. Hell, go into business for yourself. Me, prime example, I'm not trying to work for anybody the rest of my whole life. I'm starting a business right now. I'm taking everything I'm learning in the music industry, everything that I learned from reading, going to school, etc., etc. I'm gonna branch off and do my own thing, and that's what we need to do. We got to stop depending on other people to feed us or pay our bills. We have to stop having basically the modern slavery, the economical slavery of being tied down to a job, and if that job decides they don't want us or they want to discriminate against us, we can't pay our bills, we can't eat, we can't take care of our families. We got to get out of that mindset. We have to start teaching our children to go to school to create jobs instead of working for somebody, Because we say that to our children a lot. Oh, go to school, go to college so you can get you a good job. No, you go to school, you go to college so you can create a good job. But that's all I gotta say. You guys give me your feedback if you want. Article will be in the description box. Let's do better, people. Let's take care of our own out here. I'm out.